Hello, welcome to class again. Today we are going to learn how to make the first lady autogele, the round autogele. So sit back and enjoy the class.
Okay, so we've come to this multi-pleat side. For the size I want to do, I'm using 8 lines of ashoke, right? And they are not equal. The first one measures, let's measure together so that you will see what I'm doing. The first one measures 21 and a half. That's the first one.
So to make the video shorter, I had to fast forward that, please. All you have to do there is to cut according to what is written on the screen. 21.5, 23 inches, 25 inches, 27 inches. Just cut it out. It's going to be 8 steps in total.
Then the last one, because you know it's 8 steps. The last one measures 42. You know why? Because it's is the last one on top that gives you the shape it has. So you should measure. I added an extra 3 to it. That some of those the extra 3 I added might be trimmed out, but it's good you have more than less so that you have a well balanced rounded gele. That start folding all of them at the middle. Please don't scatter them. Just don't scatter them because you need them to be according to their number, step by step. See what I'm doing. I fold it into two. I mark the middle. This chalk mark at the middle is very, very helpful for this gele. I fold this one in the middle again. Look at it. Fold it into two. Get the center here, and I mark. The same thing. That's what I'll repeat for all of them until they are complete. Right? Fold it into two. Then get the middle and mark. So now I've marked the 8 of them. You can see all of them now. I've marked them with my chalk. And they are still the same. I didn't scatter them. Look at their step, step, step. Please don't scatter. So the next thing we'll have to start doing is to start joining them. You pick one. This is the shortest. This one is the shortest. And the one next to it. So I join the center together this way. Just place this one on it. Wait, let me remove this one. Okay. This is the smallest that measures 21 and a half. And place it like this. With the help of a pin it together. Just at their edges and join. The regular way we join a stroke. Okay. Join it like that, straight down. Look at it. I've joined it. There's nothing hard about this one here. Okay. So I remove my pin. Then I'll get the next one, which measures 25. Because this is 21 and a half, 21 and a half, 23. Then the next one I'm joining now is 25. Join them step by step according to their, in ascending order. Do you understand? In ascending order. Please don't mix it up. If you mix it up, it will trouble you. Oh. Please see this. So it looks like a very, a very long wrapper that someone can tie. But if you're looking at the edges, you see they are not equal. So look at this is what we have. So the next thing we need to start to pleat. So we start to pleat. Then keep your threaded needle very close and handy. Keep it very close and handy. So as we start. Alright. So see how I pleat. To be a guide there, on every ply, I try to get like 3 layers or three pleats, sorry. On every layer, on every ply, I try to get 3 pleats. So this is one ply. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So we're about to enter the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one can give us not up to 4. So please, I'm removing my thread. Always trim, please. So follow how I pleat. Just follow how I pleat. You will not miss it. Hope it's clear. You will notice at some point that as you pleat it this way, that your hand starts getting full. When my hand starts to get full, I would I will change the way I'm holding it. Hope you're understanding what I'm doing. As you're seeing it, my hands are getting full. So what I do, I straighten here out, hold it again. Don't leave it, or if you leave it, it will scatter. Have you seen how the chalk mark we gave is guiding us? What is guiding me in this thing I'm doing is to make sure that the chalk line is straight. They are together and straight. That's why I use that line. It helps me. Okay, so now it's getting too much for my hand. So see what I do. Stretch it out. Then I go and start to arrange it again. So like that, like that. Then I continue. So the chalk line is like a must if you are doing this gele. If you are doing my style of gele, it's a must because that is what will guide you. That is what will guide your movements. So normally, as you're pleating it and you notice that there's error, please lose it and go continue. Don't just ignore it and go. It will affect the overall look. Then grab your needle and so monitor how I sew. I start from the middle and pick it from the middle and inside so that the place where the knotted edge of your thread will not show outside. You understand? The major thing I try to do when I make my gele is neat work, neat work. Please try to do a very neat work. Try to do a very neat work. So I'm picking it line by line according to the place where the ashoke, where the this thing is, the line, the chalk line is. All right, that's what I'm doing. I'm picking it line by line. Then another tip is as you're picking it, you not you the plies, each pleat must be equal. One must not be higher than one. If you notice that one is higher or shorter, please adjust it so that it will be equal, like on a straight line here. It's very, very important to please don't leave this tip out. Hmm? If you leave it out, you're not going to get the result you're looking for. If one is inside, one pleat is inside, adjust it. If one came out more than the others, adjust it. It has to be equal as much as you can. Make it equal as much as you can. Okay. So I've come to the end. I drag out my needle. So now that I've dragged out my needle, you still need to hold here down with one hand. Hope what I'm doing is clear. See what I'm doing. Hmm? I'm holding here with one hand. Then the pleats that I've already made, I'm following it now. I see it. Follow the pleats. Follow the pleats. Follow the pleats. Follow it so you don't make mistake. Follow it. So you don't make mistake. Have you seen? It decides how the gele will go. So you are seeing what I'm doing. Observe that I'm not dragging it to the flat. Observe that I'm not dragging it like stretching it. No, I'm just picking it the way it is. The gel already has a contour. It has a flow. Work with the flow. Don't stretch it. Please try to understand what I'm saying. Don't stretch it. But when I say don't stretch it, if you look at it, it's forming a curve, right? It's forming a curve because the gel already has a flow. So don't stretch it. If you stretch it, you will fail it. Just pick it and fix on top of the needle. Pick and fix. Pick and fix. Then another tip is this. Don't drag out your needle except all the gele, all the ashoke, or let's say all the plies have fitted in. See what I'm doing? I'm not dragging out the ashoke. I'll keep doing this till I'm done. All right. Have you now seen that it has formed a curve, right? Please follow that curve. I'm doing it again. I cut my thread and refixed it. Okay. So I continue again. Please to follow the natural flow of the ashoke. Every gele have a natural flow. When you are doing it with my method, it will automatically show you that it has a natural flow. So please follow it. Follow it. Follow it. Follow it. Follow it. If you not, just observe the way I'm plating it. Observe it. Now, as I'm plating it, I'm also making sure that the chalk line is still aligned. It shouldn't bend this way. See where the chalk line is here. See the other one. If it bends that way, you will not like it. It will give you a different result. So always, that's why I say that chalk line is very, very important. Always make sure it's aligned before you start to sew. Before you start to sew any pleat line. Hope you can still see me. So, how's it going? Another tip is this. When you are passing your needle like this, please make sure that your needle is moving the mid. Look at it. Your needle must be coming out at the center, not at the tip. If it comes out at the tip here, it will not work. If it comes out at the tip here, let it be coming out at the center of each pleat.
Sorry for the break. I noticed
Okay?
I lost the last
Center of
footage
each
of
pleat.
this particular video, so I had to go to an old video and crop it out and add it
All
here.
right.
So the next
So
video clip you're going to
you
see
drag
is
this one.
of a different gele, but then it's still a continuation. So where you stopped, where the green Ashok video stopped, is where the next video starts. Thank you for understanding.
So now that we have stopped here, see what is left at the shortest part, that one that measures 22 inches. Look at what is left. but the long one is still remaining, is longer because they are not equal. Now when you have about 4 inches remaining here, which is what we have here, about 4 inches, then you gather the edge, I mean here, you gather it. Leave this needle to be hanging, just leave it where it is, this particular one you are working with. Then do what I'm doing, just follow me and you will get it. If you do exactly what I'm doing, you will get it. Autogele is not that hard, even though for a beginner it might be challenging, but if you do it the way I'm doing it, you won't have problem. See what I have now? Now we are going to push the long one, backward, eh? Watch and see, so that they can be equal as much as possible. They can't be equal entirely. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. There are two things you're trying to do here. Like I said before, make sure no pleat sinks inside. No pleat must sink inside. So as I'm arranging it, I'm pushing this one backward. See where it's going? I'm pushing it towards the middle. The bottom one, which is short here, is static. I'm not moving it, but I'm moving the rest. See what is looking like. And now you're seeing it's becoming equal. Remember, it was quite longer before. Then I drag it down slightly. The short one, I drag it down. The longer one, I take it up. That's the secret. Now, remember I said they must not be perfectly equal, so this is okay. Look at the short one, look at the long one. That's C. Hold it this way. See what we have. Hold it, get a scissors. Trim off the long one. Don't touch the short one. That short one that measures 22 inches remains like that. Never you trim anything from it. What you just saw me trim is from the long one that is remaining. Then you use another needle, not the one you were using before. This is another one. Threaded needle, and sew it together at the point where I'm sewing it now, almost at the tip. Sew it in, out, about 4 times or 5, then you are good to go. When you sew, you drag it to be very tight. Drag it to be very tight when you sew. Okay? Then I knot. With this now, so now what we are going to do is, since we are done sewing here, we start working on this side. We finish it. And the way we are going to finish it is this. Just continue what you were doing. Move inside. Then it's just the same thing we were doing earlier on. The same thing, there's no difference. I don't know. I hope it's making sense. It's the same thing, right? Then make sure, remember I said don't make it tight. As you're pulling the thread, don't make it tight. It should not be tight. So now remember that we had excess here that we're pushing back. So when you want to sew this side, don't let that excess come down. Don't let it come down. See, you have to push it up again. so that all those excess is in the middle. We need it, not here. We don't want it to have this bulge here. All right, so that's why you saw me do that. Okay, let me turn it this way so that it will be easier for me. You see, this pleat sank inside, so you raise it up. Don't let any pleat fall back inside. Raise it up. Make sure you do that. All right, so now it's done. Hmm? This side is done. You can do the slight adjustment. Here is too open, and we don't want it to be too open. So what I'm going to do is just to pull it slightly, slight pulling. That's all, not too much pulling. Please don't make your gele tight. If you pull it to be tight, you will not want it. It's going to give you a result you don't even plan for. All right, so the next thing to do is to knot it. Now see how to knot. From where the thread came out from, pick up a little bit of thread like this, just very close to it. Pick up a little bit of fabric, sorry, not thread, fabric. Then wrap it round the needle. 1, 2. 2 is okay, don't do 3. Then drag it like this. It has knotted, it's not going to lose. Then you trim it off. Then for better security, to be sure it doesn't unravel later, you can use lighter, burn off that thread, just the thread. It will not unravel for any reason. Do you understand? So this same thing
We
I
have
did
come to
here,
the end of the
I'm going
part
to
one of this
replicate it
video. Go
on
to the
this side.
description box and check
On this
for
side,
the
exactly
link
what I
for the
did.
part
When
two.
I'm
Please
done,
do
I'll
well
show
to
you.
subscribe to support this channel. Thank you very much.